Jenna, they should be very concerned. Not about the loss. I really don't care about the loss. Anything that happens without LeBron or AD on the floor is irrelevant. Because for them to win it, those two have to be on the floor. And if they're healthy, anything you see without them, it doesn't matter. So I'm not worried about the loss. But I would be very concerned as a Laker fan about LeBron's injury. Not that it's a very serious injury, but this is age. All right, LeBron has fought off Father Time better than any player in the history of basketball, at least as far as staying at or near your peak. We've never seen this, but he is in his 19th season. He has played 8,000 plus minutes more than anyone else in today's NBA. The next highest guy, Carmelo Anthony, and we all look at Carmelo as old. LeBron is the all-time leader in playoff games. It equals more than 3 regular seasons worth of playoff games that he has played. This is age. LeBron doesn't even know how he hurt himself. Just happened at some point in the fourth quarter against Houston. That's what happens when you get old. You don't have to get run over. You don't have to get tripped. You don't have to, have somebody fall on your ankle, as Nick would say about Solomon Hill. You just wake up sometimes.
Somersault into it.
Dang, ooh, what was that? Like, it just happens, all right? And I'm not saying LeBron is out, for most of this season. But this concerns me. Look, 3 of his 4 seasons, if you count this one, in the L.A., he's been injured fairly regularly. And
That's
the
correct.
one season he got through, Nick, they had a 4-month hiatus.
Had the stoppage.
So I'm concerned about this. I'm concerned about this.
And listen, there aren't a lot of things that I just 100% defer to Broussard on, but how older people's bodies feel randomly, Broussard is clearly the expert on. So when he says old guys, like all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, my back. I'm like, he's probably right. So here's the thing. This is, Broussard, you laugh at me and you think that I'm joking when we talk about Jordan. And I say he's unquestionably one of the 3 greatest players ever. People say that's me taking a shot at Michael. And it's not me taking a shot at Michael. It is me trying to pay proper respect to Kareem. And the reason I bring up Kareem is because Kareem played the most minutes of anyone ever. Only time he ever got hurt was when he punched Kurt Benson in the face and broke his hand. Kareem's final year in the league, he played 74 of the 82 games. His last few years, he averaged 78 games a season. It's just, Karl Malone did something similar, but Karl Malone's not in the echelon of these guys as great as he was. It's just not possible to play this long. The minutes are off the charts. 50,000 regular season, 11,000 playoffs.
Right.
So that's 61,000 plus minutes. Context, Michael Jordan played 36,000 minutes total with the Chicago Bulls in the regular season. Another 7,000 in the playoffs, so right around 43. So it's almost 50% more minutes LeBron has played than Jordan, if you don't count the Wizards years, and nobody counts the Wizards years because Jordan didn't make the playoffs, so we're not allowed to count it. And Wilds, yeah, it's concerning. Because once upon a time, LeBron James could get maimed by Draymond Green on what would have been the greatest dunk ever, literally break his wrist and say, wrist, reattach. Do it, and then go hit the free throw to win the greatest championship in the history of the sport. Yeah, he could Wolverine it. We have heard David Griffin tell the stories that in a playoff game, he saw LeBron's ankle touch the ground. LeBron went back to the locker room. David Griffin said, "Are you all right?" He said, "Do I have any other choice?" Tightened up the sneakers, went out and played. That he can no longer do. And I don't think he's going to be out a week. I think he's going to be out longer than a week. And so he's never missed a playoff game ever. You have to hope that is still the case. And I think the Lakers win the title if LeBron James is healthy. But if LeBron James is healthy, used to not be an if. It now is. And that's not an indictment on him. This is why 5 years before Jordan got to this level, he retired to the golf course because he knew his body couldn't take it. Guys' bodies can't take it. Kareem's could. He's the only one. And so, yeah, they should be concerned. 60,000 minutes, 60,000 minutes.
And quickly before Wiles, you're right about Kareem as his longevity, but his last several years, he was not anywhere near his peak performance.
Correct.
LeBron is still,
right. And he wasn't playing as many minutes.
What he used to
That's
be.
correct.
Right. That's
and
the
it's
difference.
in different position, all that, but he wasn't getting hurt is the point. But you're right, he wasn't doing as much. Go ahead, Wiles.
Right.
So I think LeBron should take a significant amount of time off. I think with already this early into the season that he's gone down for 2 separate injuries, Broussard, makes me think we should start, or he should start treating himself like a starting pitcher. Like, yeah, I probably could go out on 3 days rest, but I probably need a little bit more time. This is my load management. It can be Kawhi-esque, and there's a reason why Carmelo looks so good. Well, Carmelo had a year off. I also think if the vaccination rules get rolled back in New York, Kyrie is going to look good. You know why? Because he's getting some time off. I don't think Kyrie's body's built for 82. So I don't think he should take minutes down. I don't think he should change the style of play. I think he should look around and sort of revolutionize load management, but avoid the slings and arrows that Kawhi took, because I think LeBron has earned enough trust and didn't have sort of the ugliness with the Spurs.
Yeah,
like, hey, here's my plan. I want to be 100% for the playoffs.
And theoretically, that's one of the reasons you trade for Russ. So LeBron can be extra cautious with any nick and bruise, and you win games. The problem is, the 2 games LeBron's missed, they've lost to Poku and Giddey and the Thunder. So, I agree, but you got to win the games against the terrible teams if this is going to be the plan. You got to do that, Jenna.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.